All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 18 Gator. Blue Dark Porkers, Blue Dark Porkers. Ready, go.
They defer to Brown to start the drive.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Houston. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. On the set, Mike boy, 56, check 56. 22, check, cover. 22,
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to... The 27.
Who needs out when you got D like this?
Tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pick me up. Here we go. 25. Check 25. Check 26. Pull it. High. Zoom, zoom.
Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Now Brown. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I got you. I got you. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up.
2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Recon, 132 fighting. Buzz.
Y'all playing the wrong.
You're out. Hey, hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
Check 9, check 9.
Go.
I got him, I got him.
H3, 218. Chopper, chopper.
They're going to look to throw. Going long here for Wallace. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check out.
After the interception, here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Jackson now to throw again. That one complete to Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready?
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on. Here we go. Set. Pick the flag.
From the gun, Jackson. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, 61, matchbox, ready, go.
They'll run on first down. Brown. They find some open field here. And all the way to the opposite 45. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45.
Get him, get him. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Lock it. Joker. Hot.
Now it's Brown. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
On the ready. 47, Mike, 47. Not today, you are. Not today. Set, go.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete. It's Miller. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. 70 Indy. Get ready.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check, 47.
Here we go. Hut.
They'll set up to throw.
Let's bring it.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DK Metcalf. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Your trip is here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. With it is Brown. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Alpha 66. Bullet high.
Now back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Set, ready. 15 on it. 15 on it. Guys, it's our time.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Jackson to throw. Caught by Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
I got it. 6. Pull it. Now. Trip. You got trip. You got 3. Slam. Jam. Hey, alert 3. Check 37. Check. Right slow. Drive on. Short. 36. Check 52. Tighten up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. And an alley to run. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Jackson, complete to Jones. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Jackson. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Jackson, he'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Aaron Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Big stop, let's go.
Kill. Take four. Hey, no.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their two remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Just like that. Check. Fresh.
He'll drop to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Ready. And ready. No take. It's a party now. Shoot.
Quick the edge. Go.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Under 10. 10.
Watch the safety.
From the 24, Jackson going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 24-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Operating from the gun. Jackson buying time to his left. Gets this one to Hill. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Switch, switch. Six, bullet, half. Check. Save. Smoke small. 26, check 26. Joker, joker.
Jackson on first down. Eluding and a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long.
Check three, check.
Jackson. It's Hill, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
No. Off. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch the slant. Switch it. Come on, switch it. General, west.
They go with Brown. Got some room at the 30. 18 yards to pick up there. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains.
Now Brown, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Chopper. Let him.
On first down. It's Brown, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Switch.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Slam. Rock. Jam.
Go. H3, 218. Chopper.
Check 37.
Squeeze. Get in there.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go. 70 in.
Second and 11. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Let's go now. 15 Lonnie. Ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Okay,
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Let go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Back. Bang.
Shoot.
Gone.
Now a carry for Brown. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Back now in Houston, all even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, it's Brown. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Set. 90. Wolf.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
80 weapon.
Turn up. Turn up.
Right back to Brown. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
47. Check, 40.
You're out.
Here we go. Whip.
Lock it.
Watch safety creep.
Ready, go.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Got an open man, it's Foster.
He's coming.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now Jackson on 1st down, being chased out left. He'll run it.
Let's go, fellas.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming out 6'6", pull it high.
I'm coming after you.
Kill.
Check. Hey, Sam on.
Hot. 25. Check 25.
Shoot.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, lock it. Man. Hey. High 7. Deep grip.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Check. Crunch.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And looks like the Bengals starting to pull away in that one. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near.
Check your hot read. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Brown. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
47 Mike.
On 1st down, Brown. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Squeeze, get in there. Go.
On 2nd down, it's Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
He'll look to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 70 Indy.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Brown. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. 30 pace. Let's go.
Here I come.
Hard.
Check 31.
Undercrush.
Sit. Grace don't travel.
Switch. Check.
Gone. Ready, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brown, and he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and...
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Houston, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Colts, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.